Hello everyone, I am Rachel Baker from mercifulmornings.com, and on this channel you will find education, encouragement, and support that you need both for online teaching and just for daily life. And in this video today we are going to talk about online teaching, the pros and the cons, the good, the bad, the ugly, specifically for teaching with VIPKid. The ugly is not just the orange brand color that is on everything. But we are going to talk about that a little bit. So I want to be open and honest with you. I've been with VIPKid for over 2.5 years now, and I love it. And I share about it all the time because I love it and because I know a lot of people who would also enjoy this job. And so I'm very open about it. I talk about it a lot because it's what I do for a living. And a lot of people are like, is it really that great? Really? Is it really that awesome? It really is. Is it perfect? No, no job is perfect. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to lay it all out there. I'm going to be honest. I want to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly orange color, all of the things. So here we go. The pros. We're going to start with the good. So number one thing that I love about this job is I get to work from home. I roll out of bed. I throw on some solid color shirt. I'm wearing my PJ pants and I am making money in my house wearing pajama pants. It does not get much better than that for me in my world. I sit here, I sip my coffee, I talk to kids. It's great. So I love that I can work from home. Every time I go to work, I'm in my house. That's bonus number one. All right, pro number two is I get to set my own schedule. You decide when you want to work with VIPKid. They have all of these slots available for you to teach during, and you get to choose the ones when you want to work. So if you are a night owl and you want to work in the evenings, you can do that. If early mornings are not your thing, work at night, especially Friday, Saturday nights. You could pull an all-nighter if you wanted to. If you are an early bird and you want to get up early and teach, you can do that. So either way and or both, some people do both and do this as a full-time gig, you get to choose. You also get to choose the dates. So there may be times where you are going on vacation and you don't want to work while you're there. You don't have to open slots for that time period. You just don't work. Or if you're going on vacation and you're thinking, this was a little more expensive than we were anticipating, I might need to make a little extra cash while we're here. You can do that too. I have taken my computer, my headphones, a couple of little props with me to the beach. We went to Disney World one year and I helped pay for Disney World while we were at Disney World. I was done working by 8 o'clock in the morning and had the entire rest of the day to do whatever we wanted to do. Did I have to work every day we were there? No. Did I also enjoy the entire time with my family at the most magical place on earth? Yes, it was great. So you get to choose if you want to work all the time or just a little bit, if you want to work on vacation or not. Anywhere that's got Wi-Fi, you can work. As long as you've got your iPad or your laptop with you, you can make money. So I love that about this job. All right. Pro number three, the pay is awesome. I've done a lot of different jobs. Even within the teaching world, I've had different jobs. And the pay for VIPKid, the lowest base rate is $7 a class. And the classes are 25 minutes a piece. So you get 2 within an hour if you want to go back to back. So you can be making anywhere from $14 an hour up to $22 an hour. And it just depends on your interview, your application, your experience, your certifications, all of that plays into it. So $14 an hour for working at home in my PJs, even if I just got the minimum rate, is still really good pay. Mine is a little more on the high end just from experience and degrees. And so either way, you're making good money in your PJs. I love the pay. All right, I will probably be doing another video before too long, more information about the pay. So keep an eye out for that, but I'm not going to go super detailed today because that's not what we're talking about. All right, so we're working from home, we're setting our own hours, we're getting paid really well. The fourth thing I love about this job is I'm just teaching. That's it. And if you are a teacher or if you know someone who is a teacher, you can understand the significance of this. I am not planning out lessons. I am not working everything around standards. I am not grading lessons and assessments afterwards. When I show up to teach, I teach what's there. And when I'm done, I'm done. There's no taking work home later or doing papers after the fact or preparing for hours ahead of time. You show up, you teach, you're done. That's it. Best teaching job ever. So if you're a teacher and this sounds like heaven to you, holler at me, mercifulmornings@gmail.com. This is an excellent side gig for teachers, and it's an excellent summer gig for teachers. So let me know if you want to jump on this because it's fantastic. All right, so number 5, the classes are super short. We've already talked about this. It's a 25-minute class. You start right on time. There's a little timer that goes during the class so you know exactly when to start. And when you hit the 25-minute mark, you're done. Great job today. 5 stars for you. See you next time. Bye. You're out. And you've got a few minutes in between before you start your next class if you do back-to-back. So I can do anything for 25 minutes. Even little Bao Bao, who is like the worst behavior problem in the world. First of all, he's on the other side of the world, so physically there's not too much I can do about it. And it doesn't happen often, but if you have a little bitty one who is feeling crazy that day and doesn't want to participate, you're just there for 25 minutes and then you're done. Or if you've got an older 13-year-old who's just not really feeling it, he's not in the mood, he doesn't want to participate, again, 25 minutes. I can do anything for 25 minutes. So short class, moving on to the next one. Number 6, I've also kind of touched on a little bit. It's the fact that you can make money from anywhere you are, anywhere that's got Wi-Fi. If you've got your iPad or your computer, your laptop, and you've got Wi-Fi access, you can teach. So visiting family on the holidays, if you still need to be working, making money, going on vacation, whatever it is, you can make money. If your power goes out, but the hotel across town has power, you can book it over to the hotel and use their area, their business room or whatever, and work from there. It's super flexible, and you can make money wherever you're at that has Wi-Fi. So that brings us to our last one. Number 7, pro is this job is fun. I don't know if you can tell just from my personality, but I like to have fun. I enjoy this, and the kids are fun. You never know what you're going to get, what personality. Sometimes you'll get regulars that'll book you over and over, and you build that relationship, and that's super fun. I've been doing this long enough now that I have a relationship with a few of my students where I just had a birthday. I got some tea from China in the mail from one of my students. One of them knew it was my birthday. He prepared happy birthday on the violin to play for me. I've shared that on my Instagram and on my Facebook page, my Merciful Mornings Facebook page. So if you want to go check those out, they're amazing. I love my students. And it's just a fun thing to do, building new relationships with these awesome kids from all the way across the world. So that wraps up our pros list. Let's catalog real quick. We're working from home, which is awesome in PJ pants. You set your own schedule. You get paid really well for doing both of those things. You're only teaching. Prep is minimal. Classes are super short and you can do anything for 25 minutes. You're making money from anywhere that's got Wi-Fi, and it's fun. So those are some of the big reasons, not all of them, obviously, but the big reasons why I love this job. So now we're going to talk about the things that I don't always love about this job. And obviously it's not enough to deter me from doing this job because I've been doing this for over 2.5 years now. But there are some things you should know about before you jump in, or if you've already jumped in to be aware of that are part of this, that are not my favorite things. Okay, so cons of working for VIPKid and teaching online. Number 1 is recently there were new laws passed in China by the Ministry of Education where children cannot take online major classes after 9 p.m. Beijing time, which sounds reasonable for children to be going to bed after 9 p.m. But that cut about an hour out of my work schedule and a lot of teachers' work schedule. So for us, for those winter months when we have fallen back an hour, that cut out the 7 to 8 a.m. hour, which I really liked working. And now that we have sprung forward again for the rest of the year, it's for Central Time. For me, it's at 8 to 9 a.m. hour. So I liked being able to work those later hours and not having to get up quite as early, but it's worked out. I've compensated. It's fine. So having that cut off and not being able to work quite as late into the morning, I didn't really care for that. The other thing they passed is you now have to have a TESOL certification, which is just teaching English as a second language, which is easy to take care of now. VIPKid offers a free certification once you're hired that you can add on, and you can also get one. I have gotten one through International Open Academy, and I actually have received an affiliate link for them that you can apply for that class, and it's only $19. These are normally hundreds of dollars, and this certification works outside of VIPKid. So if you're just looking to add that certification anyway, there's a $19 online class. It's a 120-hour certification for teaching English as a second language. I'm going to leave that link below in the description box so you can grab that if you are needing it or if you would like to add it to your certifications as a teacher. It's easy, it's quick, and it's only $19. So check for that link below and you can add that on. So again, these things are just kind of annoyances. They're not horrible and they're easily compensated for, but it's there and you should know about it. The second thing I want to mention is there are no benefits with this job. There's no insurance, there's no paid time off. While the schedule is flexible and you can work when you want, it's not like, hey, I'd like some vacation days and you should pay me while I'm taking them. You just choose when you want to take vacation days. So if you are needing benefits, if you are needing insurance, you're not going to get this here. You have to get that independently. So just something to be aware of because you are considered an independent contractor. So that's the first two. The third one I've got, when you first start, you have to be patient for those bookings to roll in. You may open up all these slots. This is all the time that I'm available to work. Come and find me, book my classes. It takes some time for parents to find those new teachers. So I would say at least for the first 2 months, they'll trickle in. You might get some here and there. You might not. You might get one. For the first 2 months, wait it out, be patient. After the first couple months, you should start seeing more bookings. I am fully booked for all of the slots that I open. And after the first couple months, that happened for me. And it happens for most. So be patient after you get hired for the parents to find you and know that it's coming. It'll happen. It just might take a little bit of time. So that's the only thing is it's not like immediately start and all your slots fill up. Some people it does, but not for most and not for all. So you have to be a little patient when you first start to get filled up. All right. Number 4, the tech issues. I'm not super awesome with technology, so this one drives me a little bit crazy. But thankfully, if you know what the tech requirements are, and those are listed on VIPKid's information page, then it's not much of a problem. The only issues I've ever had is when I didn't really prep my computer ahead of time the night before, and I got in there and I logged in the morning, and there were like Windows updates or some computer updates start doing, like, I can't do anything when my computer's updating. So for that, you can have a backup, you can have a computer, a laptop, an iPad, you can have multiple things if you've got that. I don't, I just have my laptop, which is not super smart. So if there are technical issues, that's kind of frustrating. If your power goes out, if your Wi-Fi goes out, things like that make it a teacher IT issue, and that's frustrating. I have hardly ever had that happen because I don't want it to happen, and I take preventative measures. I prep my computer the night before. I make sure the app is open and ready to go. I make sure everything's set up, and then I go to bed, and I wake up, and I'm ready to teach. So you can have some preventative measures in place. The other thing is when the student on the other end has IT issues, you can't do a thing about that. You have no control over their internet or their computer, or if their iPad suddenly runs out of battery. That's hilarious, by the way, when they start to realize the little, icon goes off and they're like, they start freaking out because they know their iPad's about to die and they're like scrounging around for cords to plug. That's hilarious to watch. So again, you can't control that. And if they do have IT issues, you're still going to get paid for that class because you were there, you wait it out, you see if they make it back in, you're going to get paid. So it's just like, oh, I couldn't teach the class, a little bit of a frustration. So know that going into it. All right, number 5 is learning to navigate the teacher portal. They don't give a lot of information on this when you first get hired. This is something I am going to work on to provide a little more information, a little more resources, so it's a little easier for the people that I am coaching and working with. But you do have to kind of do a little clicking around to figure out the teacher portal, how it all works, opening your slots. This is an area where having a coach can help. So if you have a coach, ask them about it. Any questions that you have. If you don't have a coach and need some help, again, mercifulmornings@gmail.com. Email me, and I would love to help you through figuring all of that out. It's not impossible. They just don't educate a whole lot on it at first. And so it is something you just kind of have to figure out. There also are groups within the Facebook community that you can get plugged into. So you can ask questions on there, or before you ask the question, I highly recommend searching in the group. There's a little search bar usually in groups on Facebook. You can type in your question and see what pops up because chances are other people have already asked about it. So frequently asked questions are often searchable within those VIPKid Facebook community groups. So look into that for extra resources as well. All right, number 6 is the traveling classroom. And I don't mean your traveling classroom because it's great when you are traveling and can take your classroom with you. It's not so fun when little Cindy Lou in China is sitting in the back of a car with her iPad. If you are frequently car sick, that's a fun adventure. I've had that. I've taught in the back of a car. I have taught in restaurants, and you wave at all the chefs and the waitresses and everyone that's around. They go on vacation and visit family. You're teaching with family all around. So the traveling classroom aspect of it, when it's on the student's end, is an adventure. It's fun, but depending on where they're at and how fast they're moving, it's not always my favorite situation. Again, we go back to the pro of, I can do anything for 25 minutes. The only thing I'm not going to do for 25 minutes is be in the bathroom with my little student. And that's going to happen. You just turn off your camera and leave the classroom and leave a little note. I am not teaching while little Bobby is in the bathroom. Thank you. So you don't have to teach them in the bathroom. If they take their iPad in the bathroom, just close your camera and leave a note and wait until they're done. And then you get back. So it doesn't happen often, but you will hear stories. It does happen. So that's, again, not one of my favorites, but I can do just about anything for 25 minutes. So the very last thing, and I don't stress too much about this, but it's taxes, because you are an independent contractor. You are self-employed. A VIPKid is not your employer and you are the employee. They are a company that you contract for. So you get a 1099 form for tax year. So you have to keep track if you have business expenses, if you buy a new computer or an iPad or props or reward systems or your headphones, any of those things that you spend money on, keep track of it because they are write-offs for your business that you are doing. So keep track of those things. You'll get your self-employment form from VIPKid, and that's just kind of a pain with taxes. It's not impossible. If you already take your tax stuff to someone, you just kind of hand it all over and say, here, ready, go, which is what we do, which is why I don't stress about it too much. If you do your own taxes, it's just a little more that you have to think about and process. So it's not horrible. Again, it has not turned me off of this job. A lot of people are self-employed or run their own business. It's just part of it. So those are my 7. We'll recap those. First con I have, those new laws where our time got cut a little bit and you have to have your TESOL certification now, but we talked about ways to get that. Number 2, there's no benefits and no insurance. So either you're married and get that elsewhere, or you find it independently. Number 3, you got to be a little patient when you first start for those bookings to roll in, but they will come. Don't freak out, just be patient for it. Number 4, those tech issues that can pop up either on your end or the student, and you just got to roll with it and you move on to the next class when it's time. Number 5, learning to navigate that teacher portal. Not impossible. It helps if you've got a coach. Holler at me if you'd like for me to help with that. Number 6, that traveling classroom. You never know where they're going to take you when they're on an iPad. And number 7, taxes. You just got to work it out. You're self-employed. So obviously, the pros for me far outweigh the cons. I love everything that makes working enjoyable. I don't dread getting up to teach. I do not hate my job and can't believe I have to do this. I get paid to have fun every morning. Is it a little earlier than I would normally wake up? Yeah, probably so. But again, I have control over that. And I can decide when I want to work. So for me, I've decided it's worth it. It's worth it to wake up at that time and to teach those kids. And you can decide if you don't want to get up that early, when do you want to teach? When is it worth it to you to make this good money? So that's it for today. I hope these were helpful for you. I tried to be as honest and candid as I could with my 2.5 years experience on this job. Again, I am helping other teachers currently who are wanting to do this job. So if this sounds like, yeah, I think I could do that and make some extra cash, or I need a job and I could totally make this work, email me mercifulmornings@gmail.com. And I would love to coach you through this process. I also have the referral link below in the description box. I've got that TESOL certification for only $19 also listed below. So check all of that out in the description box. If this was helpful for you, be sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you will be notified when I upload new videos and give this information. I want to continue to educate and encourage and support you on your journey. So be sure to stick with me. Share this with someone who you think would benefit from this information and let them know this is something out there for them that they might enjoy. All right, guys, I'm wrapping it up. I will see you next time around. Bye.